All right, here's a good question that I just found on Twitter from Uzi Ogg's Twitter, Xannies. He asks, who you got in a versus, Uzi or Carti? Voice crack. Or Carti? I said Uzi got too much music out to lose, and I'm gonna back it up with some Spotify numbers, okay? Now, personally, currently, I like Playboi Carti more. I think he's more in the prime of his career than Uzi is. I think Carti might not even have hit his prime yet. Maybe Whole Lotta Red was, but time will tell based on Narcissist or whatever project he ends up releasing, because shit, that might be delayed at this point. Whereas I feel like Uzi with Eternal Take, we all know Love is Rage 2 was his prime thus far. You know what? Maybe he's like Bitcoin though, and he goes up and then he like goes down a little bit. He dips. That's Eternal Take on the dip, and then he goes back up with Pink Tape and he reaches new all-time highs at $100K US. However, again, I just think Playboi Carti is on a higher trajectory than Uzi. Now, tell me in the chat, who do you think would win in a versus, Uzi or Carti? Eternal Take sold more than Love is Rage 2. Are you dumb? Okay, Jack Art. We're talking about quality of music. We're not talking about sales, okay? I know Uzi, like, technically was a bigger artist after Eternal Take, but he literally waited 3 years to drop that shit. And he, like, threatened to retire and all that, okay? There was a whole, like, plot line. He went to freaking Pluto and came back, and then there was a whole bunch of promotion behind it. We get it. It sold a lot. However, even Uzi said that Eternal Take was mid. I disagree that it was mid. I still like Eternal Take. I still listen to it. I heard it on the boat when I do this daily walk where I go to the dog park, but it's on the water. I see manatees and shit like daily. There's 2 manatees that always swim by. But anyway, there are people chilling on a boat on vacation. And then I think I heard like Silly Watch or whatever, where Uzi goes, I got too many. And I was hype. I was like, damn, Eternal Take is more lit than what the internet portrays it as. But as I was saying, I think it's just too hard, pause, for Playboi Carti to beat Uzi in a versus battle, because I'm gonna show my screen right here that Uzi just has too many songs out. Like, he been dropping consistently since 2015. I know he took a break, as we just discussed, but Carti only got 3 albums out, where Uzi dropped 3 albums last year. Mind you, one of them was a deluxe and one of them was a collab tape with Future. But okay, so here's Carti's Spotify. He's got Sky. He's got Shooter, but that has Uzi on it. Fell in Love, Magnolia. I think Magnolia is like his most iconic song. I mean, I think it's still his most popular to date, 503 million, which has more than the one with Uzi. So he's got solo songs. I think Magnolia would potentially be an Uzi song. And you know how much I like Carti. Like, I don't want to talk him up too much, because we're just talking about like straight numbers. Like, what does the general public believe? But if we go to Lil Uzi Vert on Spotify, bro's just got too many hits. 20 minutes. You can't beat 20 minutes. Like, maybe if you want, let's just give Carti Magnolia over 20 minutes. Even though, you know, that's debatable. He's at EXO Tour Life. 1 billion streams, bro. That beats Carti's whole career, low key. Because again, Uzi's just a way bigger artist. 21 million monthly listeners. I think Carti only had like 16. He passed NBA Youngboy. Just saying. The Way Life Goes. This is all on the same album too. Love is Rage. This is what I mean. Love is Rage 2. This is the most popular songs by Uzi right now. Like, these are the most hottest songs. So it's not necessarily the ones with the most streams, because as you can see, EXO Tour Life got 1 billion. However, 20 minutes just seems to be getting more streams currently per day, or whatever metric they use. So Jack Art, that's what I meant by Love is Rage 2 was Uzi's peak, because as you can see, people are still listening to Love is Rage 2 songs over Eternal Take. The first Eternal Take song was what, Myron? That's not even Eternal Take, that's the deluxe. But where Eternal Take songs aren't even on Uzi's top 10 songs right now on Spotify. But anyway, Myron is a banger. Neon Guts, Money Longer is one of the top ones. 7 a.m. was my first Uzi song, so that brings me back. Let's see, what other songs on Love is Rage 2 yeah, so I guess those are the hits from Love is Rage 2, but I think he's got more on Lil Uzi Vert versus the World, right? He's got to. Let's go to his discography. Because Pluto Baby Pluto, I feel like you wouldn't use any of the music from this project in a versus. Versus the World 2, Bean. I feel like a lot of these songs didn't really get the deserved hype on the deluxe as they should, because he literally just dropped, which makes sense. But I'd still say Bean, Myron, and Lotus were all like super highly anticipated. Although it looks like Lotus didn't even do that well streams wise compared to say like Yasirski, but I guess it had a 21 Savage feature. Eternal Take didn't really have any like versus level songs. Sauce It Up competes with Carti's whole discography. I'm not even gonna lie to you. What else? We already went over a lot of the Love is Rage 2 songs. Perfect Love Tape. None of these songs really go, all the way. Do What I Want, that would probably be a versus song. I personally like I Can Drive a lot. Why does this keep loading like that? It keeps fucking me up. Money Longer, we already talked about. Canadian Goose, P's and Q's, Team Rocket. You was right. I'm sorry. Just Uzi got too big of a discography for Carti. I can't. Like, again, I love Carti. Like, I like him more than Uzi right now. This sounds so homosexual right now, but Uzi just got too many hits. Let's go back to Playboi Carti and see if there are other songs in there. Say, like, maybe I'm just missing some. Whole Lot of Red got. What are like the undeniable versus hits that would potentially beat Uzi? I think even, Sky, okay, like it trend on TikTok. I still think it's a fire song. It's his most popular song right now. Place, maybe, because it was a big leak. A lot of the streams probably did not result on the Spotify just because so many people listened to the snippet. It was a snippet, not a leak, sorry. What was the other one? New Neon. Neon was a banger. Whole Lot of Red V1 leak, but again, the streams just did not translate because people already outplayed the shit out of that. RIP, Long Time. Okay, so those would definitely get a lot of I don't know, points in a versus. Lean for Real would also. What else? Flatbed Freestyle. Okay, solid. And by the way, I like all these songs. As you can see from my hearts on there. Can y'all see the hearts? Y'all can see that I like the whole album, so I'm not hating at all. Looking got Uzi on it though. Woke Up Like This, that has Uzi on it too, so like, that would help Uzi in the verses. Yeah, so I think we have a verdict here. Everything on Die Lit is a banger, but you can say that same thing about all of Uzi's albums. Again, no hate towards Carti, but dude, Uzi, even though Carti and Uzi are relatively the same age, maybe Uzi is like 1 year older, Uzi is more of an OG, because as we talked about before, Carti like is the leader of like the underground right now, just like Uzi was 2-3 years ago, because there's so many children of Carti right now, whereas the last generation of artists, they were all like Uzi clones a little bit, or maybe they are still Uzi clones right now, but people are morphing more to the Carti type beats than Uzi. So I just think Uzi is too much of an OG right now because he's released so much more music, but that could be attributed to him idolizing Future. He calls himself Baby Pluto, as we all know, because he obviously likes Future a lot, or maybe emulates Future's career, because Future's whole thing was that he dropped like a mixtape, multiple mixtapes every single year. He had a huge run like DS2, Beast Mode, 56 Nights. When he dropped all those three like back to back to back, Future was also one of my favorite artists. I know I always talk about Wiz Khalifa, but Future during college, dude, I wanted to drink so much lean because of Future, and I never really did until I graduated, or maybe like senior year of college. But yeah. So Uzi wins in a versus against Carti. I'm sorry. And In Abundance just does not equate to Uzi's level. It just doesn't. And especially In Abundance is almost like underground sounding. It's like old school Carti, which is still fire, but it's just not the same as what would, like, a versus battle is in front of all of the fans of Uzi and Carti. And at this point, the fan bases are diluted to mainstream listeners that even Carti's fans didn't like a whole lot of Red up at first. So when they hear this old Carti, which they probably haven't even heard yet because they're, you know, new fans from like fucking TikTok listening to Sky and Feel Like God, even though that's not even a real song, they're not gonna like In Abundance. But yeah, it is crazy how your taste shifts like that. Uzi been underground longer than Carti. That's true. Carti's not mainstream like Uzi though. And I feel like that's why Carti's cult is still super strong, because he hasn't hit like the same level as Uzi. Like if you heard Uzi on the radio, or sorry, if you were in the car with like a bunch of friends who were like, you know, normies when it comes to this music shit, they just listen to whatever is on like Rap Caviar. If they heard Uzi, they'd be like, all right, this is completely normal, let's keep going on with our day. But if they heard Carti go on and like, what playing fucking Slayer or Beano, whatever, they'd be like, what the fuck is this? It might take them a little bit to get used to. They might like it after a while, but it's just not, Carti's just not like mainstream yet. He's not underground by any means. He's just not mainstream.